Okay, we're on the record in cause numbers 23 DCCR 0492 and 0493. Sir, are you Deserion Adams?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Adams is here with Mr. Burbank. Mr. Nichols is present. We're here on a hearing with regard to motion to revoke probations in each of these cases. I see we have, I know the officers here. Are there other witnesses present? Do you anticipate other witnesses?
I don't anticipate any other witnesses, Your Honor.
We might have, they haven't shown up, but if they haven't shown up yet, Judge.
Okay, so I just want to make sure if either of you want to invoke the rule, if anybody's here in the courtroom that you anticipate testifying. If not, it's up to you guys.
Yeah, I'll have the probation officer probably if he doesn't call.
Sure.
I'm not gonna.
Okay. Right. Give me just
Call her. That's fine.
give me a second to do this. All right, so Mr. Adams was placed on probation January 29th of 2018 for both charges are of deadly conduct, discharging a firearm, and he was here previously, entered pleas of true to counts 4, 6, and 8. And the motion to revoke, or sorry, you guys, I thought I had these motions printed out. Just a second. And he entered those pleas of true to those counts in each of the cases, the same counts. And these are both 5-year deferred probations. And so, I got it. I'm printing it. I'm about to print one more, though, if you want to wait just a second. I don't know why on this second one. I don't see the one where I made the notations on it, but this one. Mm-hmm. That's just the original without the notations. All right. Okay, so I've received and reviewed the pre-sentence report. Have you both had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
We have.
Any additions or corrections to that updated report?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
No.
Okay. In addition to that, I have received from Mr. Burbank, I think through probation, numerous letters of support. Mr. Nichols, have you had an opportunity to review those?
I have, Your Honor.
As well as a letter from Mr. Adams himself.
Yes, sir.
Right. Then at this time, Mr. Nichols, you may proceed and call your first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. State calls Adrian Ramirez.
Good afternoon, sir.
How you doing?
Please raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. You can have a seat. And if you'll just pull that microphone up as close as you can so we can all hear you. Thank you. You may proceed, Mr. Nichols.
Thank you, Your Honor. Officer, would you give us your full name and spell it out for the court report?
Yes, sir. My full name is Adrian Alan Ramirez. It's going to be spelled Adam David Robert Adam Nora. Middle name is going to be spelled Adam Lincoln Adam Nora. Last name is going to be spelled Robert Adam Mary Ida Robert Edward Zero.
Okay, and how are you employed?
Full time with the Beaumont Police Department.
How long have you been police officer?
Roughly 2 years.
So what is your level of certification? What do you have? What kind of license do you have?
Basic peace officer's license.
And is and your day-to-day job duties for Beaumont Police, is that as a patrolman?
Yes, sir.
Is there a specific area of the city that you typically patrol?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
The north end of Beaumont.
And do you have a certain time frame that you work?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
It is from 4 p.m. to 2:30 in the morning.
And did you work until 2:30 in the morning last night?
Yes. No, sir.
Did not work yesterday?
I did, but I stayed late.
How late did you end up working last night?
I don't recall. It was super late.
Later than normal.
Later than normal, yes, sir.
Thank you for being here today. And were you working in that capacity as a patrol officer for Beaumont Police back in December, specifically December 6th of 2025?
Yes, sir.
And while you were patrolling, did you come across a vehicle that caught your attention.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember what kind of vehicle it was? Do you need a copy of your report, officer?
If you don't mind.
I have it right here. And if you need to refer to it to refresh your memory, just ask and give you a chance to do that.
Yes, sir. But yes, sir, I remember the vehicle,
What kind of car got your attention?
the Buick.
And this Buick, did you observe it violate your traffic laws?
Yes, sir.
What was that?
I can look at this, correct?
Yes, you can refresh
If you
your
need to,
memory.
just ask.
Just don't read from it. Don't read out loud from it. Just read it, refresh your memory, and then answer the question.
Yes, ma'am. I remember it failing the signal 100 feet prior when it reached Galveston and Wilson.
Okay. And based on that, did you follow and decide to pull over the Buick?
Yes, sir.
Did you immediately turn on your sirens, your lights?
No, sir.
Why not?
The reason I didn't do it is because typically when we do traffic stops, we have to call out on the license plate before we turn on the lights. And I was waiting for my Exxon license plate reader to catch the plate so I can. Typically, what I do is when it catches it, I copy and paste, run it, and then I call out on it. That way, I get all the viable information in case it runs.
Okay. And so when you did finally hit your flashing lights, did that Buick pull over immediately?
No, sir.
Did you do anything else to get its attention?
Yes, sir.
What did you do?
I blew my air horn multiple times and used my spotlight on the driver's side mirror to catch his attention if the lights didn't catch him.
And did that Buick keep going?
Yes, sir.
Or do you remember how many blocks?
It's about approximately 2 to 3 blocks.
Okay. And where did it finally pull over?
It finally pulled over to a private residence in Lufkin and East Lucas.
Okay. And when it stopped, did you pull in?
Yes, sir. Behind it.
And how was that vehicle occupied?
It was occupied times 3.
Somebody was driving,
Yes, sir.
and there was 2 passengers.
Yes, sir.
Now, when you pulled up, did they stay in the car, or were they getting out?
They immediately got out.
Did you detain them?
Yes, sir.
And did you notice anything unusual when you first encountered these 3?
Yes, sir.
What was that?
On a normal, I guess, for lack of better words, normal traffic stop, it is common for occupants to stay inside the vehicle. If occupants get outside the vehicle, it signifies that there's something in the vehicle in there that they don't want us to see. And when they walked up to me, and even then when they opened the doors, I can smell the distinctive smell of burnt marijuana.
And you're trained to recognize that smell.
Yes, sir.
And you noticed it when you encountered the 3 individuals who got out of the car.
Yes, sir.
Did you identify the driver?
Yes, sir.
What was his name?
I'm going to look at my piece of paper.
Certainly.
Deserion Adams.
Okay. And the other 2 individuals, were they detained along with Mr. Adams?
Yes, sir.
Did other officers arrive and assist you?
Yes, sir.
Was one of them Officer Moss?
Yes, sir.
Is he able to be here today?
No, sir.
He's out of town. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
But he assisted you with this traffic stop?
Yes, sir.
Did he begin searching the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
And while he did that, were you in close proximity to him?
Yes, sir.
And you were with the 3 detained individuals?
Yes, sir.
Did you observe Officer Moss retrieve several firearms from the car?
Yes, sir.
Did you observe Officer Moss retrieve some marijuana from the car?
Yes, sir.
Were you present when Officer Moss asked the individuals if there was marijuana in the car?
Yes, sir.
And then what did they reply?
They said no, they smoked it about an hour ago.
And do you remember who said that?
Yes, sir.
Was it the driver?
Yes, sir.
And the three firearms that Officer Moss took out of that Buick, where do you recall where they were in the car?
Yes, sir.
Where was that?
The back left passenger side of the vehical.
So when you say left, the driver's side,
Yes, sir. Driver's side.
but behind the driver.
Behind the driver. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, may I approach?
Yes, sir.
Officer, I'm going to show you first. Well, do you recall what types of firearms were inside the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
What were they?
Taurus, revolver, and then 2 mini Dracos.
What is a mini Draco?
It is like an AK-47, but without the stock, converted into a pistol, almost like a pistol, but chambered in rifle rounds.
I'm going to show you what I've marked as States Exhibit 3, contained inside is a firearm. What is this?
That is one of the mini Dracos.
How do you recognize it? Did you tag this?
Yes, sir.
Do you see your name on the tag?
Yes, sir.
Do you specifically recall gathering this weapon?
Yes, sir.
So this is it's technically a pistol, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
But it's modeled after the popular AK-47 rifle.
Yes, sir.
Has no butt stock, and it has a short barrel, which makes it, I believe, legally a pistol. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And this particular weapon, do you know what kind of round it shoots? Did you enter that on your evidence tag?
Yes, sir. May I look at it?
Certainly.
Okay.
You can take it. In Your Honor, I've had this weapon checked, cleared, and it has a gun lock.
It's chambered in 7.62.
And that is States Exhibit 3, correct?
Yes, sir.
Show you what I've marked the States Exhibit 4. Again, it's firearm. What is this?
That is another mini Draco.
In Your Honor, this weapon's also been made safe and examined by my investigators.
Thank you.
And again, this is a AK style, but without any kind of butt stock. It's technically a pistol.
Yes, sir.
And is this one chambered also in a rifle, what's commonly known as a rifle round?
Yes, sir.
Specifically 5.56 or 223. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
What I've marked as States Exhibit 5 is a handgun, a revolver. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And this particular model is what?
May I look at it?
Certainly. Do you have it? And again, do you see your name? Did you tag and place this in evidence?
Yes, sir, I
If
did.
you can take it from me.
This one is the Taurus model Judge.
And it's chambered to shoot both 45 caliber rounds and 410 shotgun shells. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And was this weapon loaded with 410 shotgun shells the night it was recovered?
Yes, sir, it was.
Your Honor, at this time, offered evidence States Exhibits 3, 4, and 5 and their contents.
No objections as to this one.
States 3, 4, and 5 are admitted.
This is where the case suddenly gets serious. The court has now admitted the 3 firearms into evidence, meaning this is no longer just an officer's word against the defendant. The physical evidence is sitting right in front of the judge. But the big question remains, did Adams actually know those guns were in the vehicle, or was he simply in the wrong car with the wrong people at the wrong time? What do you think?
Officer, when you initiated your traffic stop, did your patrol unit have a forward-facing video camera?
Yes, sir.
And did it record the traffic stop and your interaction with Mr. Adams and the other people in his car?
Yes, sir.
And specifically, did Officer Moss have a body camera on when he assisted you during this stop?
Yes, sir.
And it recorded his actions and what he did while assisting you in searching the vehicle. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And have you had an opportunity to review both of those recordings?
Yes, sir.
And both your vehicle dash cam and Officer Moss's body worn camera, did they truly and accurately record your traffic stop and the events of that evening?
Yes, sir.
Show you what I've marked as States Exhibit 2. It's a thumb drive containing those recordings. Have you had a chance to review this today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And this recording is a true and accurate copy of Officer Moss's body cam and your dash cam. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, at this time, offered evidence. States Exhibit 2.
Can I take them on board now for a second?
Sure.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Do you have a body cam?
Yes, sir.
Did you submit that
Yes, sir.
as part of evidence?
Yes, sir.
In reference to State's Exhibit number 2, is your body cam included on this?
No, sir.
At this time, I'm going to object to the introduction of Officer Moss's body cam, especially in light that this officer had a body cam that he said he submitted to this, and it's not part of this exhibit. I have no objections to the vehicle cam with the officer, but another officer's body cam.
Your Honor, Officer Ramirez has told me he submitted a body cam with this. It's not contained in discovery. It's not on what I have, so I don't think it's properly preserved. I've given Mr. Burbank has a copy of everything that I do have. Officer Moss's body cam, he can testify to the contents of it as he stood by and was closer than he and I are right now while all that happened. And it does offer the best evidence of the search of the vehicle.
States 2, both the car dash and the Moss body worn cam are admitted over objection.
And I'd like to publish for the court, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Now, Officer Ramirez, this video picks up with you behind the Buick. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Is this turn that he's making here? Is this the reason for your stop?
Yes, sir.
And it doesn't really show when he started to signal on this video, does it?
No, sir.
But your testimony is that you observed him not signal 100 feet before coming to the stop sign. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And when does your dash camera start recording?
30 seconds before you turn the lights on.
And so this second turn that the Buick makes, they signal properly. Is that correct?
May I watch it again?
Certainly.
No, sir.
You don't think that's within 100 feet?
No, sir. Not from the bus stop sign to that stop sign.
Okay. But the turn that we start on in the video is the reason you pulled them over. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And during this time, your lights are not on, are they?
No, sir.
And is this what you testified that you were entering the plate information so you could get information about this vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so now, at this point, your lights are on and your audio starts recording. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And what it does, it backdates 30 seconds before you turn on your lights to start recording. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
That's your airphone you heard?
Yes, sir.
Begin departure. Holiday season at H&M. Celebrate the sparkling accents and match suits, both fur and fur. Shop now at hm.com or H&M store near you.
So you had to hit your horn again.
Yes, sir.
And they finally pulled to a stop in front of this residence. This is the corner of what, Lufkin and Lucas?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it uncommon for people to delay pulling over when you're trying to stop them?
It is.
And that's unusual, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now they didn't try to get away. They weren't what we call evading in a motor vehicle. That's not what happened there, is it?
No, sir.
But do you believe they were intentionally delaying pulling over or fleeing while you were trying to initiate this stop?
Yes, sir.
And that in itself is a misdemeanor offense, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hey, no, up here, all three of them in the front of the day. Hey, yeah, let me handle it.
And so the driver, who's now the individual on the left, that's who you identified as Deserion Adams.
Yes, sir.
And the other two, do you recall what their names are?
No, sir.
Like, would it
Yeah, like
be
what
report?
May I read their names while looking at this? I know one of them, the right front passenger was Jordan Collins, and the back right passenger was Lyndon LaSalle.
Now, at this point, had you smelled anything unusual?
Yes, sir.
Well, is that the smell of marijuana that you noticed?
The distinctive smell of burnt marijuana.
Right. What we hear is the radio playing inside the car. Right?
Yes, sir. I didn't have time to turn it off.
I'm going to switch to Officer Moss's body camera. And there we hear you interacting with Deserion Adams, explaining, you didn't pull over, and he's claiming what?
He's coming that he didn't see me.
Okay. And that's you, just opposite his camera, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you can hear this conversation.
Yes, sir.
They claimed it was, I believe, Mr. Collins's car. Is that correct?
I believe so.
And then Deserion Adams is the driver.
Yes, sir.
And when asked about smoking marijuana, they say, we smoked an hour ago. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And did Deserion Adams say an hour ago was when we last smoked?
Yes, sir. I got this thing out there, boy.
They do the crap stuff. We'll be done in just a minute. Go stand out up there for me. Nah, they ain't no trouble with me. No. No, we just make sure everybody knows what happens and what else is going on their way. Hey, you're not close. Yeah. Everybody in the race really to be entertained. We look at all this. No, y'all step up there. Back up, thank you. Hey, here's your first fuel. What are you doing over there? Hold on back. One for each of them that I've found so far. I'll take those. Thanks. No, it's hard. Hey, Adrian, all of these names are listed in full on with the others, okay? No. You drive or page well, they got one more sleep. And the other second I know continue on the street. And they all right here, get up by everyone, guys.
And so as a result of your traffic stop and what Officer Moss discovered in the back seat was Deserion Adams arrested for fleeing a police officer.
Yes, sir.
And was he also arrested for unlawfully carrying a weapon?
Yes, sir.
And those are both misdemeanor offenses, correct?
Yes, sir.
And specifically, as far as fleeing a police officer, essentially what he did was he refused to stop when you signaled for him to pull over. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you had given him visual signals with your lights and with your high beam or with your spotlight, correct?
Yes, sir.
And auditory with your air horn several times.
Yes, sir.
And he kept driving.
Yes.
And as far as the three guns, was there the three firearms that are now in evidence? Did anybody claim ownership?
No, sir.
Mr. Adams claimed they are not his, they are not for me. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And he was under the impression somebody else in the car was going to take responsibility for it, wasn't he?
Yes, sir.
But nobody did they?
No, sir.
And those two other individuals, Mr. LaSalle and Mr. Collins, they were ultimately free to go and they left. They were not arrested. Is that correct?
Yes,
sir. This intersection of Lucas and Lufkin Street, that's in the city of Beaumont?
Yes, sir.
And is that in Jefferson County, Texas?
Yes, sir.
Is that a known address for y'all? Would you describe it as a problem address for Beaumont Police?
Are you referring back to the house where they pulled into?
To the house where they pulled into?
Yes, sir.
Multiple disturbances at that address?
Yes, sir.
Is that one reason there were so many officers that assisted you in this call?
Yes, sir.
Did any of the three that you originally detained live there?
No, sir.
And so, you know, I'm awfully carrying a weapon usually needs some other criminal activity to go along with it. Is the fleeing the police officer the additional criminal activity that was taking place while Mr. Adams had those guns in his car or in the car he was driving?
Yes, sir.
Did it appear to you, based on what you've seen and in that video, that an attempt was made to conceal those weapons by putting jackets on top of it?
Yes, sir.
And they were found under a couple jackets. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, officer. I will pass witness.
Thank you, Mr. Nichols. Mr. Burbank?
Yes, Your Honor. And good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay. So the beginning of the vehicle, you got behind the Buick, correct?
Yes, sir.
How long before you saw the first left-hand turn did you get behind that vehicle?
I don't recall.
Well, let's give an estimate. Where did you first pick the vehicle up or got behind the vehicle?
It must have been somewhere in Galveston or
Do you know how many blocks before you saw him make the turn? Was it for a couple of blocks?
are you referring to when I first saw him?
Yeah.
It might have been a couple blocks.
Huh?
It might have been a couple blocks.
Okay,
I
so
don't
you were
remember.
following them a couple of blocks before you saw them not signal, I guess, at the proper distance, correct?
Yes, sir.
They did signal
Yes,
before
sir.
that, when we see it on the video. They did signal before that turn, right?
Yes, sir.
And you followed them a couple of blocks before that, right?
Yes, sir.
Why were you following them?
Well, it was my intention to initiate a traffic stop.
No, prior to it though, why were you following them? Because you were following them a couple of blocks before you saw them not supposedly
Yes, sir.
taking the proper.
So the reason I was following them was that late at night. There's not many vehicles out driving, and I look for traffic stops to make.
So you would follow them until they made a traffic violation,
Yes, sir.
okay? Did you see any other traffic violation at that time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what other traffic violation did you see?
They failed to make a full complete stop at the stop sign.
Oh, did you write them a ticket for that?
No, sir.
Okay. And the Buick, it had dark windows, didn't it?
From what I could tell, yes, sir.
Okay. So you couldn't tell how many people were inside the vehicle, correct?
No, sir.
At the time of the stop. Agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so they didn't speed up. They made the left-hand turn and then made another signal to make a right-hand turn. The second turn, correct?
Yes, sir.
And they didn't speed up again, right?
Yes, sir.
Correct. And so halfway down that block going to Lucas, that's when you decided to turn on your overheads to do a traffic stop.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. I'm trying to recant what you said.
Yes, sir.
And when you turned on your lights and blew your horn, they didn't speed up, right?
At one point.
They tried to get away from you.
Well, they stepped on their brakes multiple times and then they sped back up.
Well, stepped on their brakes because they were coming to the intersection of whatever the street before Lufkin was.
Well, in the middle of the intersection, if you see the video, they step on their brakes a couple of times. Their brake lights turn on. I think twice, if I recall.
All right, did they speed up?
To me, that's speeding up.
Okay, stepping on the brakes.
No, stepping on the brakes and then they accelerate back again.
They then put their signals on again at East Lucas, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. They stopped, put the signal on, and they didn't stop for you, but they didn't speed off either, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then the next block, they made another left-hand turn and pulled right in. Like, that's where they were headed to. I mean, they knew where they were going, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't bail out of the car. So let me take a step back. You've had chases, right? You've chased cars before.
Yes, sir.
Okay, failed to stop, when the people stop and they bail out of the car. Right?
Sometimes.
Okay, well, have you ever had that before?
Where they bail out?
Yeah, and run.
No, sir.
You've never had anybody run on you?
No, sir. Usually they.
Okay, well, no, stop it then. You're lucky. But they stopped at a location, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, and they got out. They didn't run, did they?
The defense is making a strong point here. Adams didn't run, he didn't resist, he cooperated with officers, and there was no evidence that he was intoxicated. But the prosecution has a much bigger problem for him. The vehicle contained 3 firearms, and this happened while Adams was already on probation for a serious offense. So the question becomes, is cooperation enough to overcome such a serious lapse in judgment?
No, sir.
They came back to the car where you were standing, correct?
After being instructed to, yes, sir.
Okay, they listened to your instructions, officer, didn't they?
Yes.
Okay. And they were cooperative, right? They didn't resist you.
Yes, sir.
I mean, the video's the video, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so they were cooperative. They listened to you. They didn't resist, correct?
Yes, sir.
And it appears, we don't have your body camera, but it appears you were asking Mr. Adams questions, right?
Yes, sir.
And he was answering them, was he not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In that conversation we didn't hear between you and Mr. Adams, did you tell, because I didn't see you walk up to the vehicle at that time when you originally stopped it. Did you walk up to the vehicle and leave those individuals in the front of your car?
I don't recall.
If the video shows that you didn't, would you disagree with the video?
No, sir.
Okay. And so my point being is that from where you were, and it appears you were standing at your door, and they walked up from your commands, hey, come to the front of my car, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you saying that you smelled marijuana from there?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. What was the conversation you had with Mr. Adams originally that we didn't hear?
I don't remember.
What questions were you asking?
If I had to guess, it would have been the type of questions I always ask.
Okay. Did you ask for his driver's license?
Yes, sir.
And did he produce one?
I don't remember.
Why did you run his driver's license?
No, sir.
I thought I saw him give you something on the video.
I don't know, sir, if they watch it again, but
Did you run his name for warrant?
yes, sir, I did.
Did he have a warrant?
May I look back at my piece of paper?
Sure. Absolutely.
No, sir, he didn't have a warrant. No.
Okay. They didn't have a warrant, and he identified himself, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You asked for backup because one, there were 3 individuals in the car, correct?
Yes, sir.
You didn't know what you had, but also there were people coming out of the house, correct?
At the time when I first did stop, no, sir.
They weren't out there?
Not that I remember.
Okay. But you asked for some backup, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You waited until the other officer, or there were several officers, but one of the officers came to assist you, correct? I
Yes,
think
sir.
that was Officer Moss. Right?
Yes, sir.
You asked him whether or not there was marijuana in the car, correct?
Yes, sir.
But you asked whose car it was. Or was it Officer Moss?
That was Officer Moss who asked
Okay.
that.
And you come to find out that it was the front passenger of the car, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that who was the owner? That was Mr. Collins. Jordan Collins? What was his name?
May I look back at
Oh,
the
so,
I don't remember the names.
Keep it in your hand, officer.
Yeah, okay, yes, sir. Jordan Collins?
Jordan, okay? And he said, it's my car, right?
Yes.
But he was the front passenger, right?
Yes.
And then Mr. LaSalle, Lyndon, was in the rear, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You don't know how or where they were coming from, or did you ask?
I don't remember.
All right, did you ever find out if they were coming from a party?
I don't remember.
Okay. Do you know whether or not any of them appeared to be intoxicated?
Yes, sir.
Which ones?
No, so you said if I remember if any were intoxicated,
Yeah,
I would remember none of them were intoxicated. from what
none
I
of
know.
them were intoxicated.
No, sir.
Okay. That you know of. Did you give any tests?
No, sir.
Okay. And you didn't believe that Mr. Adams was intoxicated?
I did not believe that.
No, because you would have arrested him for DWI too, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. There was a search of the vehicle, and did you ever ascertain whose coats there were that were covering the guns?
I don't recall.
Do you know where, and I saw a packet in the video. It almost looked like a K2 packet. Was that the marijuana you said was? Was it the synthetic, or was it regular old marijuana?
I believed it was regular marijuana.
Okay. Do you know where they got that from in the car?
Yes, sir. By where the floorboard, I believe.
Okay. Now, after the fact, you ran these firearms, which were marked 2, 3, and 4, or 3, 4, and 5. Were they stolen?
No, sir.
Do you know who owned them?
No, sir.
Do you know if you ran a check to see if there was any ownership? No.
I think we can do that.
You can't run the number through law enforcement and find out.
Judge, I think the confusion is what happens when you run a trace. It shows who the initial purchaser was, not necessarily who the owner is. And it doesn't update for if there's a private sale. In the misdemeanor case, there is a trace on one of these guns that shows it was purchased by someone not connected to this case.
All right, thank
I
you.
can make that available to Mr. Burbank if he needs it.
Okay, thanks.
So you didn't run who possibly was the owner,
No, sir.
or where the origins.
No, sir.
Okay. No one claimed ownership, right?
Yes, sir.
And from the very beginning, Mr. Adams told you, I didn't even know they were in there, correct?
I don't recall. I have to see the video.
Well, he didn't claim ownership, right? He said it wasn't mine, it was theirs. Didn't I see that in the video? You were kind of saying, come on, boys, say something.
Oh, when they said whose gun they are, and
Yeah.
nobody claimed them. Yes, sir.
All right. And he kind of looked and said, come on. Right?
Oh, I wouldn't know. That's
So
what
you
you
were,
know.
the reason why I asked you, officer, is because you were standing right there. I mean, Mr. Nichols made the point of saying you were standing there listening to it all. But
Right.
you didn't hear that.
No, I heard that, but I'm not third party. I'm listening, sir. I can't
But
read
you
his
did hear
mind.
something about that, fact, right? Were you the one that brought Mr. Adams down to the county,
Yes, sir.
and he cooperated with you?
Yes, sir.
Didn't cause you any problems?
No, sir.
You asked him information and he provided it to you?
Yes, sir.
And did he ever say that he had marijuana, like that was his marijuana, or that those were his guns?
He did say those weren't his guns, but about the marijuana, I don't remember.
You never asked,
I don't remember.
Okay.
That was so long ago.
but he never claimed ownership of the guns.
Yes, sir.
Subject to recall, Your Honor, I pass the witness. Thank you, officer.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Burbank. Anything else, Mr. Nichols?
I know, Your Honor, I'd ask that Officer Ramirez be allowed to return. I don't think he's on duty at the moment, but
Do you anticipate recalling him? Do you need me to have him wait around?
Are you working tonight?
No, sir.
Yeah, call.
All right, thank you, sir. You're excused.
All right. I should appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
You like?
yeah, I'll take that. Thank you.
No, you like?
All right, sir.
You may call your next witness.
The state will call this, Joseph.
Miss Joseph, come on up, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. If you please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. You can have a seat. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Ms. Joseph. How are you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Give the court for your full name, please.
Joanna Joseph?
And you work as a probation officer for Jefferson County.
Yes, sir.
And can you tell me how long you've been doing that?
It'll be 8 years, September 26th of this year.
And have you always monitored Deserion Adams?
Yes, sir.
Do you recognize him in the
Yes,
courtroom today? Is that him sitting right here?
Yes, sir.
And you're familiar with him and his case and his what he's done on probation.
Yes, sir.
And when he initially was on probation, was he sent to a program known as ISF?
Yes, sir.
And what is the purpose of ISF? It's a multi-track program. Which track did he go?
Mr. Adams completed the cognitive treatment track. So it's to address thinking errors and cognitive, like to thinking errors, to get him or to get those in the mind of thinking about consequences of actions.
Because
And
18, 19, 20-year-old men don't have fully formed brains, do they? We know this from being parents and where we work. And the cognitive track is to help them with that decision making, understand there are consequences. And
Yes,
try to think out before you act.
yes, sir.
Okay. And he was successful in all that. When did he complete ISF?
Oh,
If
some
let's say,
time ago.
if he started probation in September of 23, he would have immediately gone through ISF at that point. Is that right?
He probably discharged in 2024.
Okay.
Yeah.
And until his hearing in December of 2025, had he had any real problems on probation?
Mr. Adams has not given me any problems.
He reports
He reports as
that's
directed,
clean, right?
and his urine analysis are negative.
Does he have any problem with community service?
Well, yes, he has not satisfied the CSR condition.
But it's not a major violation, is it?
No, it's not. He did perform some community service for a group that Jefferson County CSCD does not. We are not in contract with them, so that what he did does not count.
So he did community service, just not through really an authorized provider. Is that right? Okay. Part of probation is not to hang around people who are committing crimes or doing drugs or acting up. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And riding around in the car at night smoking marijuana would qualify as hanging around disreputable people. Is
It
that
does.
correct? Okay. He's on probation for deadly conduct. Do you recall the circumstances of of that case and what happened?
That I recall from the initial PSI that they were firing weapons at an apartment complex. Children and women, elderly, people not involved were around and could have been injured.
And he was in what actually turns out to be his mother's vehicle with 3 other individuals with guns, and they're shooting at another group in another car with guns.
Yes, sir.
And there's innocent people in the middle, and 2 people got shot in that exchange. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And I know you made your recommendation that you think he can be successful and finish probation.
Yes, I do.
What specifically leads you to that conclusion?
Because from the onset of Mr. Adams' placement on probation, he has never justified the initial offense of deadly conduct. He never justified, he never minimized, he never rationalized. He readily admit that he was wrong and had some difficulties in um, he felt guilty and he felt bad about the fact that someone could have been murdered or killed. And so I had to work with him through that because it did not happen. That was not the reality. And it was a while to get him to move beyond that failure. But he's always presented as very respectful to me. He addressed me as Miss Joseph. He responds yes ma'am and no ma'am. And one thing that he does, that he looks me in my eye when he addresses me. And he has done everything that I've ever requested for probationers to do. He calls me when he's going to be late because he had to walk. And he would walk to probation, his visits in the rain and in cold weather because he felt that was part of his penance.
What can probation do if he's continued on probation? What can probation do to make him be successful or help him be successful?
I can help him. We all have free will.
We all know you can't make him be successful.
We have free will, but Mr. Adams is in light of these offenses, Mr. Adams is driven. Mr. Adams has family support. Mr. Adams was in the process. He was working for a construction company, and he was in the process. We were going to ask Judge West to allow him to get the CDL, and it was a chance that it may have been out of Jefferson County because that CDL would have been free. And so I felt confident to ask Judge West to allow that for him. But that's what we were working on at that time, just to guide him into a career so that he could pay his fees and move on with his life.
Yeah. Thank you, Ms. Joseph. You know, I don't particularly agree with you on this case, but I certainly respect your opinion and your thoughts on it.
Same here.
Thank you, Ms. That's
Mr. Burbank?
Yes. Good afternoon, Ms. Joseph. How are you doing?
Okay.
Did you drug test Mr. Adams after this incident?
I sent him to the urinalysis technician and she drug tested Mr. Adams.
And how many days after that? Was it about 2 days or 3 days after? If I told you it was about that?
This incident happened on Saturday. That Monday, he came in. I called him into the office expressly to drug test him.
Okay, and as a result of that drug test, did it return positive for anything?
It was negative.
Okay. And through your experience as a probation officer, how long does marijuana stay in your system?
If they are a frequent or chronic user, anywhere from 30 days up to a little over 2 months. If they are infrequent, about a week.
Okay. But you did it that Monday after he was arrested Saturday?
Yes.
Mr. Adams told me that he did approximately 300 of the 600 hours of community service. And are you testifying that some of those 300 hours did not qualify because they were not a qualified organization?
Yes, sir.
But you were made aware that he had done that much, correct?
Yes, sir.
And was he rectifying that in reference to the community service, seeing that he had done, in his eyes, half of it?
Well, that came out after his incarceration. He told me.
Okay.
mom. I checked with my supervisor and we were not able to assist him.
Okay, it was just, they just didn't accept their community service hours, wherever he did it.
Yes,
Okay. But he told you about it, right?
he did.
And he talked to you at length, and I think it's in your report, about the construction and what he was working at and his goals. You seem like you took a lot of time, with him. And I guess you saw some progress.
And I did. I thought though we had overcome the peer influence, negative peer influence. But yes, I did.
During my investigation and representation, in this, did he ever tell you that he was at a place and he was asked to drive that car by the owner, Mr. Collins and Mr. LaSalle?
He did. After that office visit that Monday, well, I don't know if he called me or if he came back up, but he did tell me everything that happened after that office visit. That was impromptu because my report days are on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I believe Mr. Adams will report on Tuesdays. And then subsequent to that office visit on Monday, he either came back or he called me, but he told me exactly what happened.
And that he was somewhere, they asked him because they didn't think they could drive, and they asked him to drive the car back to wherever they were going.
That's what he told me.
Did he ever waver from that story? Did he say, "Oh, I'm just telling you something"?
No, he hasn't.
And did he ever say that he knew that there was any firearms in the back?
No, that was, I think, the most adamant he was.
Okay. Or the marijuana?
Yeah, he denied that too.
He denied it.
But the urinalysis sufficed for me.
Right. There was nothing on the test that indicated that he was smoking.
Right. Correct.
Okay. He wanted to get his Twix card and his CDL, so that he could move on with his career, correct?
Correct.
And what programs are there to help him?
With what?
To get his CDL? And you talked about something that you reached out to the judge to
Yeah.
ask permission. What programs are there through probation?
He found, Mr. Adams found one, I believe that was in Harris County. But there was a program offered through Lamar, LIT, if I'm not mistaken, LIT. Or it may have been the Lamar Port Arthur. And then there are subsequent to that, I have since found out that Texas Workforce has a program and the like. So he
was the one that was trying to go out and get a better job and then coming to you to tell you.
Yes, that, and it was twofold. He wanted to get a better job to pay his fees, and then he was concerned about his criminal record. I think he's on probation for 10 years, and so he felt that it would be hard for him to obtain gainful employment. So he felt like the CDL would be a better way to go, where he would be able to establish gainful employment and maintain it. And the construction would be a trade that he would have.
And you did say something about having family support. Did you, Ms. Joseph, did you ever reach out to his family, or did you have, or?
His mom reaches out to me. So I don't really have to call Ms. Parks. She calls me. So
Provide you with information?
well, yes. She's the child's mother, Mr. Adams' mother, and then I'm the probation officer, and respectfully, we try to guide Mr. Adams, without interfering in each other's lanes, so to speak.
And based on everything, and as you weren't excluded from here, but you sat here and listened to everything firsthand, in reference to the officer and the videos and stuff like that, do you still stand by your recommendation in your updated PSI report?
I do.
Thank you, ma'am. Good to see you again. Thanks, Louise.
Same restaurant.
If y'all don't mind, I have a couple questions. So, I'm just looking back at the administrative hearing to remind myself of some things. And in that, it shows that he was on the high medium caseload where it was zero tolerance. Had he been on high medium the entire time, or had he been placed on high medium at some time throughout that probation?
High medium risk in his caseload was initial condition of his probation.
And he was still on that at this time.
Yes, ma'am.
And then there was something else. So the way this reads, that he reported on that December 9th. So December 7th was the offense date for the fleeing and the unlawful carrying. And then on December 9th, he reported where he was required to submit to a UA. They were negative. And it specifically says in this that during that office visit, he denied any interaction with law enforcement. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so he did not immediately tell you about the arrest,
Right.
like he was
Did
supposed
not.
to. He denied it. Okay. Mr. Nichols, Mr. Burbank, anything, other questions?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. You can step down.
This may be one of the most important moments of the hearing. Adams admits he didn't immediately tell his probation officer about the arrest because he hoped the charges would be dismissed. But the judge's concern is straightforward: if you know you're on probation, why take that risk in the first place? The court isn't only looking at who owned the guns, it's looking at Adams' decisions and judgment.
Witnesses? All right, Mr. Burbank, any witnesses?
Call Mr. Adams, sir.
Sure. Mr. Adams, best you can before you sit down, raise your right hand the best you can. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Have a seat. Go ahead.
Police court.
Yes, sir.
For the record, could you state your name, please?
Deserion Adams.
You just lift that up just a little bit. Lift it up, yeah, so you don't have to bend down. It's your speaking to it.
You shouldn't
You're-
have to hold it. You can let go.
You realize that today, judge has to decide what to do with you because of these violations.
Yes, sir.
You realize that you were looking at 2 to 10 years
Yes, sir.
in penitentiary. You ever been to the penitentiary before?
No, sir.
Have you been in troubles besides this?
No, sir.
Those were your first in trouble that you were placed on probation for in 2023?
Yes, sir.
As you look out here, do you have family support?
Yes, sir.
Do you have friends?
Yes, sir.
And what do you have to say to them because you're in handcuffs in orange with 1 foot in a bus going to TDC?
Yeah, I apologize to them
Well, what do you mean? Why would you apologize? It was your actions.
because I know I can do better.
Were those your guns?
No, sir.
Did you ever place your hand on any of those guns or hold them or carry them at all?
No, sir.
And you didn't, by your test, did you never, I guess you never smoked marijuana?
No, sir.
Were you asked that night to take those 2 people home, or specifically Mr. Collins home?
Yes, sir.
Is Mr. Collins here? Or LaSalle? Did you realize that both of those individuals came to my office to sign an affidavit here that I can't use, saying that was their guns,
Yes, sir.
but I can't present them? You realize that you're on your own.
Yes, sir.
How does that make you feel in reference to the friends that you tried to help out? Because they couldn't drive home that night and they're not here to help you out.
I have to put myself first.
They're putting themselves first, aren't they?
Yes, sir.
They're not your friends if they're not coming here to tell the truth, are they?
Yes, sir.
Probation officer is there, and she said some good things about you, but said that you had some problems and you had to, kind of have some work done. One of the things that you heard the judge say is that on the day after this, or a couple of days after it, you never made mention of the arrest. Can you explain that a little bit? Because she had a question on it. That's the judge.
Yes, sir. I was kind of nervous, and I was waiting until the charges were dropped to tell them.
You thought they were going to be dropped.
Yes, sir.
No, they weren't dropped, were they?
No, sir.
Because you're sitting there.
Yes, sir.
So, what should she do to you? I mean, let's put this on the table. Wouldn't it be better just to maybe do some time and be done with it instead of being on probation? Get 2 convictions on your record?
No, sir.
Why?
Because I don't want to be a felon for one.
Right? Well, if you didn't want to be a felon, then on December 6th, what were you doing then? Why did you make those decisions?
Trying to help a friend, but obviously they're not friends.
You were cooperative. You answered the police officer with everything they did. He asked you. You didn't run or resist. So, if the court was to consider giving you a second chance, what are you going to do? I mean, tell me what's out there. You got some letters from some people with jobs, but tell me, what are you going to do in your own words? She wants to know.
I'll finish getting my CDL, go to school, and start driving.
Why didn't you do it before December 6th of 25?
But actually, my classes started on January 20th.
So you were accepted.
Yes, sir.
You were accepted to go to get your CDL
Yes, sir.
free of charge.
Yes, sir.
Are you asking this court to consider keeping you back on probation?
Yes, sir.
Hey, y'all stop talking.
You sure that's what you want?
Yes, sir.
When you get out, where are you going to live?
With my mom.
Is that where you were living before?
Yes, sir.
Does anybody else live with her?
No, sir.
Did you have a GPS on you?
Yes, sir. When I first was released.
Okay, and was it taken off?
Yes, sir. I had paid it.
But you paid. Did they take it off?
Yes,
I mean, were you told you could take it off?
Yes, sir.
Was that pending before you got on probation?
Was it pending?
Yeah, like before you pled guilty and were placed on probation. Is that when you had the GPS on you?
Oh, no. That was after I
After
got
that?
released from myself.
Okay, and then they told you after that you didn't have to wear it anymore?
Yeah, once I paid it off.
Are you asking to allow you to show the court that you're really a good person?
Yes, sir.
While you're in jail, how long you been incarcerated?
About 6 months.
And write-ups?
No write-ups.
No write-ups?
None.
So you complied with everything they were doing in jail?
Yes, sir.
Pass the witness, Judge.
Thank you, Ms. Burbank. Mr. Nichols?
Mr. Adams, the Buick you're driving, that belonged to Jordan Collins?
Yes, sir.
When did you start driving?
Right when we left the party.
Where was the party?
Lamar.
At Lamar?
Mhm.
How long had you been driving before you got pulled over?
Roughly like 10 minutes. Maybe like 10 minutes.
So you left the party 10 minutes before you got pulled over.
No, when we left the party, however long it took to get to wherever the officer got behind us from, that's how long I was driving.
Probably 15 or 20 minutes to get
Yeah.
from far into Beaumont to over by Lucas, right?
Yes, sir.
When y'all told the police y'all last smoked an hour before,
Mhm.
what were y'all doing an hour before? Was that at that party?
Yeah, that was about give or take. Yeah.
Okay.
But
And just tell me if I'm wrong, but you said we smoked an hour ago. Or did
Yeah.
you not say that on video?
it's about give or take. If they smoked.
Did you smoke weed that night?
No, I didn't smoke weed.
But you were with them when they did.
They was inside the party smoking.
But I mean,
didn't smoke.
I'm honest, I'm not even trying to play a game or anything. On the video, when the officer asked when y'all last smoked,
Mhm.
I thought you said about an hour ago. Am I wrong?
I did.
It's okay if I'm wrong.
I did.
You did?
I did.
You said that. Okay, you see why makes me think you were smoking marijuana when you say that, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. But you tested clean.
Yes, sir.
That's good. Well, who is Jordan Collins?
The owner of the vehicle. My
Yeah.
friend. What?
Your friend? Who is Lyndon LaSalle?
He's Jordan's friend.
What are they doing with these things?
Hmm?
What are they doing with these guns?
I mean, I really know. I can't speak for them.
Were the guns in the car when you got the car?
I wouldn't know. They was in the back seat.
What were you doing from the time the officer hit his lights to when you finally pulled over?
Still drop.
And you're telling the court, you're telling your mother and everybody here, you had no idea that police officer was behind you for 2 blocks.
I knew it once we got to like Lucas. That's why
He had his lights on, he hit the air horn, all that before. You're saying you didn't notice.
Not really.
What does that mean? Not either yes or no.
When I did notice him, I kept driving until we got to the destination.
Where were you taking Jordan? Where were you going to drop him off?
We were going to the house that we stopped at.
Whose house? The house that it's ended up in front of.
Huh?
And were you going to keep his car? How were you going to get home?
No, there were other people pulling up with us. I was going to catch a ride with one of them.
Who?
Javon Sarah.
What's the name?
Javon Sarah.
Sarant?
Sarah.
Sarai?
Mhm.
You spell that for
Sarah.
me? Okay. So no matter what, you shouldn't have been out at night.
Yes, sir.
You shouldn't have been at any party.
Yes, sir.
And you shouldn't be riding around with people that are doing drugs.
Yes, sir.
You agreed with me on all that, right?
Yes, sir.
Who is it that is helping you get your CDL?
I was going through LIT, but the workforce sent me to LIT.
So that's the Texas Workforce Program. Who's your employer? When were you last working?
When I worked for the construction company, AWP Construction.
AWP. What kind of construction is it?
Traffic. I
Like
was
working on roads?
traffic controller.
Okay. How long did you work there?
Maybe like 6 months.
Do you still have that job if you get out of jail?
No, sir. I was working on getting my CDL.
When did you stop working the construction job?
I would say maybe like September.
So from September till the time of your arrest, were you working?
No, I wasn't working.
Were you looking or just getting ready for your CDL?
Getting ready for my CDL.
Okay. I'll pass for assessment.
Just one question. Do you have your GED or did you graduate?
I graduated.
Where'd you graduate from?
Evolution Academy,
And what year was that?
2022.
Nothing further. Single. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Nichols? All right, you can step back down. Any other witnesses, Mr. Burbank?
Your Honor, we have people here for support, but they're here for support.
And I've read all the letters, but there's no other witnesses. Did you want any names called? Make sure that no one's here.
I think Bob looked.
Okay.
But they were the people that were on, Mr. Collins and, Mr. LaSalle.
Yeah.
They did come to my office this week, Judge. They did sign paperwork, but then
I'll even give him, I'll let him make a point. Judge, I was prepared to inform the court, Mr. Collins has a previous arrest involving stolen firearm in this same car. Same Buick, same license plate. So I feel like that's probably at least something exculpatory enough to mention.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So first, with regard to the allegations, if y'all want to, I mean, I've obviously heard the testimony. If y'all want to make brief argument with regard to the allegations, but obviously the bigger argument is going to be what I do. Either of you on the allegations?
No, I mean, you know my argument. I can stand on these, what's in the video. There's a clear several blocks delay before he pulls over. I think it's a knowing attempt to conceal the evidence that's in the back seat, gives his friends time to cover stuff up. Speaks for itself, I think, on that issue.
All right. Anything on that, Mr. Burbank?
video is a video, Judge. And just as the court knows, different world, it's not right, but they do tend to seek if they're close to, and they were where they were going, that they don't stop. It's not right. It's a violation of the law. But I would disagree with the officer that he tried to speed or get away. He just didn't stop. He used his direction signal. There was an indication, if the court would remember, and it probably doesn't because I know you've slept since then, when we first got here, was talking about how they saw, the state alleged that they saw movement in the car, but that was refuted by this officer that there was blacked out windows and there was no sign they were trying to conceal anything in reference to the reason why they didn't stop. But the video's the video, Judge.
Can you play it back might have you skip around a little bit. I want to go back
Do you want the dash cam or body camera?
a little bit of both.
Okay.
I want to see the dash cam. That was just really quick, so let me look at that first.
Holiday season at 8:30. Celebrate with sparkling students vote and for it. That's all. Shop now at HM.com. HM store near you.
Hey, no, both of you, all three of them in the front of the head.
Right. That's good. And then I want to see really just a small part of the first part of where they were asking some questions.
Hey, let's hang out there for me. Hey, who's around stuff? Hey, we're gonna get into the room. Go hang out up there for me. Nah, they ain't no trouble. No. No. We just make sure everybody understands and we else can go our way. Hey, you're not close. Yeah. Everybody in the rest of them wants to be entertained. Y'all step up there for me. Back up. Thank you.
Mr. Nichols,
Yes, sir.
is there another, after he does that, does he go back over and talk to them again?
He does, and that's when Mr. Adams says, I don't know anything about those guns. Ask these guys.
And
They're
nobody
not,
says-
they're not for me.
Okay, all right, that's fine, thank you.
And I'll tell you, Judge, Officer Ramirez wouldn't have known the answer to Mr. Burbank's question about ownership of jackets. Either Mr. LaSalle or Mr. Collins, after they are released, asked if they can get their jacket back.
Okay.
So I will tell the court that. I just know that's at the end of the release it is.
Okay, so with regard to the allegations, I am going to find, so Mr. Adams previously pled true to 4, 6, and 8. Count 1, which is the allegation of fleeing a police officer, I'm going to find that true. Count 2 is the allegation of unlawful carrying a weapon. I'm going to find that true. Count 3, failing to avoid persons or places of disreputable or harmful character. Find that true. With regard to community service, I'm not worried about that at this point. We'll discuss that if I need to. Count 7 really is the same as count 2, that he was in possession of firearm. So I'm going to find that true as well. Mr. Burbank, you may proceed with argument.
Your Honor, as the court is well aware of what's going on today and all the problems, this is a very serious.
Well, and let me say this first also. I feel fairly confident, not fairly, I feel very confident that Mr. Adams knew that there were guns in that car and what was going on, and that they were hiding those guns and probably telling him, don't stop, and they did that. I'm not saying that I think he put them there, had anything to do with them necessarily, other than he knew what was going on when he was bringing them from that party. that when they got pulled, when those lights came on, if he didn't know, then he knew at that point, is what my thought is. So if that helps with your argument,
Well,
or whatever, clarifies where I'm thinking.
no, and my point being, Judge, is I've talked to the courts before in reference to other clients. If I was placed on, or you or I, or Mr. Nichols was placed on deferred probation, and I was looking at 10 years of TDC, I would be calling Miss Joseph every day saying, I'm getting up, I'm going outside because I don't want to take that white bus up to Huntsville. But with Mr. Adams, you can tell he has family and other support here. And that they've been here since I've been around in reference to representing him. But there's also signs, Your Honor, in reference that there's something there that I believe is worth saving with Mr. Adams. And that is Miss Joseph being very candid, because I've been many a times in which I've seen reports that weren't the same way from Miss Joseph. She's been very candid, very truthful in all her reports. So I would recommendation. And even with all that being said, of the recommendation, and ask the court to take a look at it again, which I know you have in reference to the PSI report. Here's a person that on his own was trying to make a betterment of himself. That he was trying to get his CDL or trying to get his TWIP card so that he could get out of the environment that he was in. The other sign of this, Judge, as the court is well aware, and I've had many clients, his actions in jail when he gets around the population there of all these great people that are in jail and the problems. And I think I may have a record of somebody with 17, 18 pages, 19 pages of violations and nothing. And he's been there for 6 months. We know that he wasn't smoking marijuana because she tested him and it's negative. I think there has to be some sanction or some punishment. I don't know if 6 months waiting to this hearing, if there would be weekends or back on monitor. I don't believe that drug patch, seeing in light that he did not test, or he has not had a drug dirty UA here. We know that he's done community service, but and then you heard the reason why it wasn't counted. I would ask that you at least give him a chance and place him there under some tolerance. Either give him some weekends or something, and try to get back on the CDL. I think he still has a chance because without the violation or the conviction, I guess he was accepted on January 20th to start the class. What a great opportunity. He just made a bad choice with friends, and you and I would have stopped and all the issues with people or young kids and guns, and he should never have been around him. But if you take the totality of the circumstances, Your Honor, and I realize what the court's position has been for a number of months now, but he has shown something that says he may succeed, and he has somebody and people here that should have stepped in before we're sitting here today. And I'd ask that you consider keeping him out under some restraints or something that says that one more shot, no conviction, so you can get your permits and your license. But if again, that's it.
Thank you, Mr. Burbank. Mr. Nichols?
Judge, I could sit here and make an argument either way, very strongly either way. I'm looking at an arsenal over here and as a very much on one side of Second Amendment issues, I will acknowledge those are military rounds, guns. That's AK-47s are made for shooting people. And at the same time, he's on probation for being involved in a shootout with over 50 rounds fired and 2 people got hit. but I also saw the same video you did and looking at the same stuff you are. I don't know how the court's going to make. There's not an easy decision for the court to make here. In most other respects, he's been a perfect probation. I'll concede that. But he's riding around on a Saturday night after curfew with guns in the car with two other knuckleheads who, at least by their admission, they were smoking dope. And if they were just so messed up they needed him to drive, he shouldn't have been out in the first place. He's had people in his corner every step of the way. His original PSI, the detective involved, pointed out that he was cooperative and polite, and he thought probation was appropriate. His mother brought him into the police and essentially turned him in because she knew when that shootout happened that he shouldn't have been part of it. Miss Joseph is in his corner as strongly as she's ever been for anybody. And he's got everything going his way, but here we are. And so either he's a master manipulator or he made a real bad decision and got caught. I just can't ignore the arsenal that's in the back seat while they're driving around on Saturday night. And their destination is what Beaumont Police characterized as a known problem house. He's just, I love throwing back on people when they say I'm hanging out with the wrong crowd, that they're the wrong crowd. I don't know that in this situation. And I don't think there's an easy answer. I think there's got to be something. And if he's going to be continued on probation, it's almost redundant to say because he's on zero tolerance, high medium caseload. I'm sure whatever the court does will be appropriate in this case. It's just, it could go so many different ways. And I don't want to be back here in 6 months with another shoot. I'll leave it up to the court. It's a tough spot. And I'll concede that.
Who's mom? Mr. Burbank mentioned having these people. You've had all these people. You've had the support. Mr. Nichols is right. This is one of the hardest ones I've had in a long time. Because I do see very easily both sides of this. It's very, very hard to ignore what's sitting right over there. Especially because of what you're on probation for. I'm talking because I don't know what I'm going to do. You don't deserve another chance. You shouldn't have been at the party in the first place. If you hadn't gone to a party after curfew, then we wouldn't be here. It's that simple. Regardless of whether you knew what was in the car, regardless of whether you were smoking or drinking at the party, if you hadn't gone and followed those rules, we wouldn't be here. You've been on since 2023, which is rare for someone your age to have done as well as you've done. It really is. It's great. I wish I was here saying you've done great and you've failed to report a few times, Here's what I'm thinking, Mr. Adams. I want to know from you, first of all, if I even consider, which obviously I'm considering everything right now, or otherwise I'd have already been done to give you some time, right? Miss Joseph comes in here all the time saying, don't give this one an opportunity. And you're very lucky, and you've obviously made an impression on her. Your family has. But here's the deal. If I give you an opportunity to remain on probation, it's going to be with 5 additional years on each of your cases. All right. You only have 5-year deferred. You're going to have a 10, which means you have all that time left to do. It's going to mean you're going back to ISF because obviously you need some more thinking corrections to make better decisions and to understand that there are consequences to your actions. Or I can revoke you, give you some time, and you'll be done. But you'll have the convictions. How bad do you not want to have felony convictions?
I don't want any felony convictions at all. I don't do anything to not have any.
All right. Here's what I'm going to do. Don't make me regret this. Because if you do, we're not going to be talking about some cap of anything or 2 or 3 years. Don't make me regret this. Okay? I see what they see, but we're not coming back in here on anything else, period. All right? Not even a missed appointment. All right? So I'm going to find again that you entered your pleas of true in each of your cases to counts 4, 6, and 8 freely and voluntarily. Find those true. Find 1, 2, 3, and 7 true in each of those cases. Find sufficient evidence in each of your cases to revoke your probation. Not going to do that today. I'm going to continue you on probation in each case. In cause number 23, DCCR 0492, I'm going to extend your probation by 5 years. In cause number 23, DCCR 0493, I'm going to extend your probation by 5 years. You're going to be ordered in each of those cases to enter and successfully complete the cognitive track of the ISF program. And when you get out, you will have a GPS monitoring device and it will not be taken off until I say so. Probation will have to come to me. You will be, obviously, I want you to get a job and I want you to have training. But that's going to be the only reasons that you're not going to be at home. Okay? You're going to be on house arrest. So you can't, there's no call and ask Mr. Burbank to ask me, can I go to my cousin's birthday party or anything like that. Prove to me for some amount of time that you're following all those rules. Get that education that you want to get a job. We'll talk about the GPS. But I don't want to hear whining about not being able to go to some family event. All right? Because if you don't do all of that, then you're not going to go to family events for a really long time instead of just maybe a year or so. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you'll go from here to ISF. You'll get out. You're going to be on that same high medium caseload. You should be off of that by now, but now you're going to be on it for however much longer. Zero tolerance means zero tolerance. Okay? I won't forget today, and it's not good when I remember things, right? So I see a lot of people, and I don't remember a lot, but I'm going to remember this, and I'm going to remember every one of these people that are here today to be there for you. Hope that they will continue to do that, and that you take that help. Don't be stupid and walk out of the house and tell Mom, I'm going to a party. Go to a party, you're going to go to prison. It's that simple.
Judge, I'd ask that we add Mr. Collins and Mr. LaSalle as no contact list.
Yes. So you will so a few things also. I mean, you shouldn't be anywhere with anybody, but for the duration of your probation, you obviously will have an order in both of your cases that you'll have no contact whatsoever with Jordan Collins and Lyndon LaSalle. You will also, so that I don't have to come back in later, you're not going to be allowed to go to, what's the address? Where'd they end up that night? You know the address where y'all went that night? What street was that?
On
Lufkin.
On Lufkin?
4890 Lufkin Avenue.
So you can't go to 4890 Lufkin Avenue. And you cannot be, so this condition that says you can't be around people or places of disreputable or harmful character is kind of general. So I'm going to make it a little more specific. You cannot be around anyone that is smoking marijuana, that have firearms, that have any of those things in their house. So if you go to somewhere and y'all are having a barbecue, maybe after you get off house arrest, and they start doing some stuff, you better leave. I don't care if you're doing it or not. You can't be around it. Those are what I consider places of disreputable or harmful character. It's being around the other people that if it's true and you're saying I was at the wrong place, wrong time, I think these two kids completely took advantage of you that night. And I think they're cowards for not showing up today, because I do think that those were their guns. I have no doubt. But doesn't matter. You're here. They're not. Does that, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Anything else with regard to conditions? Ms. Joseph, any other conditions that you can think of that would be important for me to impose today?
No, ma'am.
So the community service, they tell you where you can get it done at the right place. You've got nothing else to be doing other than going to school. You're going to need to work. So I want to know, I'll give you permission to work, because I don't want mom paying for that GPS. That's your responsibility. You're grown now. I almost said the wrong thing. You know what I was about to say, right? So act like it. You want to be a grown man? Act like a grown man. Okay? Don't have her taking care of you. You help take care of her for a change. All right? This was not an agreement. You have some rights to appeal. I'm going to hand you that in a minute. I can't imagine why you would. I really, really hope you take advantage of this, because I don't want to be back in here. And if we are back in here, then I don't want to hear from anybody about he's a good boy and he just made a mistake. That's where we are today. He's getting that opportunity. Take advantage of it.
Yes.
All right. Court's adjourned.
And there's the judge's decision. Probation is not revoked, but this is definitely not a free pass. His probation is extended by 5 years in both cases. He'll have to complete the ISF cognitive program, and he'll face GPS monitoring and strict house arrest conditions. The judge's warning is crystal clear. The next violation could lead to a very different outcome. Adams just got another chance, but now the question is, what will he do with it?